Hi and welcome to the third tutorial in making Team Fortress 2 levels in the Hammer Editor. Since the last one I've stretched our skybox so it's larger to accommodate a larger floor box because we're going to do spawn points this lesson for both teams. So I want enough space to be able to copy my room at the far end here to the far end of the level. What I've done here is just build the room with slightly thinner walls. You can see there's three sections there: the roof, the walls, and so on. I haven't used carve. I've talked about that before. Don't use carve to make holes. Build them up using bricks like that. Okay, so I'm now going to copy this whole room and drag it to the far side of the level. So I'm going to zoom in here and pressing Control, I'm going to click on all of the parts. Having got that, I'm going to hold Shift and drag. Now what that does is make a copy of my room. There's my first room and now there's my second room. Okay, there's another drawer there I need to fix. But we'll go back here and we'll move it over, zoom in so we can pop it where we want it. And I want to rotate it round, so I do Tools, Transform, or Control M, and on the Z axis, the horizontal one if you like, 180 degrees, we'll swap it around. Hit Escape, and now I can zoom in, and I've got my other room. What I'm just going to do there is press Escape so I don't select anything. Textures, orange, and just apply that on there. Press Z so I can fly around, Z around, and just fly that there. Okay, Z to come out of there. I'm going to select my one spawn point which I put in before and delete that so we can create them from scratch. I'm going to fly into my room, what will become my blue room, and Z, come over here and click on my Entity tool. If I click on the floor I get this little man. Zoom in on him here. And he's facing the door, which is cool. If he wasn't, I could click on him with my select key. If I click once, it goes to the rotate. Oops. Click once, I can rotate him around. Click again and I can skew, which I obviously don't want to do for this guy. Click again and I'm back to the resize. Okay, well once I've got my entity, I want to bring up the properties of our entity, and it's already defaulted to info_player_team spawn. Change it if it hasn't. If you do change it, make sure you hit return twice to refresh the form. The name will be blue spawn. Oops, blue spawn 1, and my team will be blue. I apply, I OK. Now I place our guy somewhere in the corner, and I'm going to want 16 of these, so if we have multiple players they can spawn in different places. So using Shift again, I can click and hold Shift and make a copy, Shift, make a copy, Shift, make a copy, press Control and multiple select, Shift, make a copy, Shift, make a copy, and Shift, make a copy. And press Escape. We have 16 spawn points. I now want to create a brush all the way around my spawn points. Okay, and now what that will become, I'm just going to zoom in so we get it at a decent height. As long as it goes around all of the spawn points, I want to then press no draw, some texture, and hit return. With it selected, I can then press Control and T, and I can add this to a function. And for this one, I'm going to want func underscore respawn room. Return twice. The name will be blue spawn room. We'll use this in the future, so it's important to create this to tie in other things like no entry zones and bits and pieces. So blue and blue spawn room, apply, and OK. We now have an area with a 16 spawn points in. They're not perfectly lined up actually. I wonder if I can just... I could move over a little bit more, but that'll do. That'll do. We now have spawn points where our blue team will spawn into. I file and I save. I run the map. I've already got it running, so I'm not going to run the game after compiling. Click OK. This will now launch Team Fortress 2 with this map, and hopefully we'll have a much wider level than before. And we'll have 2 rooms, and if we go by the blue, we will spawn into one of our 16 positions inside our spawn room. What you're going to have to do is repeat that process in the other room for the red team. Call it red underscore spawn room, and the people red underscore spawn 1, and then you'll have a place for the red team to spawn into. Actually, I'm waiting here. I can just go across to create server. SG-test1 is the map. Start. It didn't start automatically because I told it not to run Team Fortress 2 after compiling. When it finished compiling, it would have been ready for me to go in here and create a server. SG-test1. Welcome. Welcome. In by the blue. And there we are, we've spawned into one of our spawn points inside our blue room. And if we run out, we can go zooming over to what will become the red spawn room. Oh my god, you say, we can run inside the red spawn area. Don't worry, we're going to address the no entry signs in the next tutorial. Okay, that's it. Go ahead and do your red spawn area and have fun.